Good morning. Today we'll read the story Deep Water by William O. Douglas. William O. Douglas was born in Maine at Minnesota. After graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in English and Economics, William spent 2 years teaching high school in Yakima. Yakima is a place in Washington. However, he got tired of this and decided to pursue a legal career. He met Franklin D. Roosevelt at Yale and became an advisor and friend to the president. Douglas was a leading advocate of individual rights. He retired in 1975 with a term lasting 36 years and remains the longest serving justice in the history of the court. The following excerpt is taken from Of Men and Mountains by William O. Douglas. The story Deep Water, it reveals how as a young boy, William Douglas nearly drowned in a swimming pool. In this essay, he talks about his fear of water and thereafter how he finally overcame it. We'll read the story Deep Water in 3 phases. Phase 1, when William O. Douglas, he developed a fear of water. It was when he was only 3 or 5 years old. He went to California beach with his father, and there he was almost drowned. And since that day, he developed a deep fear for water. Second phase is when William became 10-11 years old. He wanted to enjoy the water, so he decided to learn swimming. He decided to learn swimming at YMCA pool in Yakima. And there a misadventure happened, after which he decided to stay away from water forever. And third phase, we'll read how William, when he becomes adult, decides to be in the water. He wanted to enjoy various water activities and how he overcomes his fear of water. Let's begin the story. It happened when I was 10 or 11 years old. I had decided to learn to swim. There was a pool at the YMCA in Yakima that offered exactly the opportunity to swim. The Yakima River was treacherous. The flow of the water was not smooth. Mother continually warned against it and kept fresh in my mind the details of each drowning in the river. Douglas decided to learn swimming at YMCA. However, his mother was not in favor of his learning to swim at YMCA. There were reasons. His mother believed that the flow of water at YMCA pool in Yakima, it was treacherous. And she kept telling Douglas about the number of people who were drowned in the river. But Douglas felt that YMCA pool was safe. Why did he feel so? He said it was only 2 or 3 feet deep at the shallow end, and while it was 9 feet deep at the other. And second reason why he decided in favor of YMCA was that the drop was gradual. He believed that increase in the depth of water, it was gradual, it was slow. So Douglas decided in favor of YMCA pool. He said, I got a pair of water wings and went to the pool. I hated to walk naked into it and show my skinny legs. Douglas was very skinny. He was quite lean and thin, so he hated entering the water, showing his skinny legs, showing his thin legs. He says, but I subdued my pride and did it. But eventually, I suppressed my pride and entered in the water. From the beginning, however, I had an aversion to the water when I was in it. In this paragraph, Douglas tells us about how he developed an aversion, a dislike for the water when he was only 3-4 years old. He said, from the beginning, however, I had an aversion to the water when I was in it. This aversion, this dislike for the water, it started when I was 3 or 4 years old, and father took me to the beach in California. Douglas tells that when he went to the California beach with his father, he developed a fear for water. He said, father, and I stood together in the surf, in the waves, in the sea. I hung on to him. I hung on to my father, yet the waves knocked me down and swept over me. I was almost buried in water. My breath was gone. I was frightened. Father laughed. But there was terror in my heart at the overpowering force of the waves. So that day, at the age of 3 or 4, when he went to California beach with his father, he developed an aversion for the water.